NBA fans, welcome to my channel. Jordan versus LeBron. Like and subscribe. Share these videos. Like I said, the last two videos actually, we got a new studio. We couldn't present information and material like it was. It was pretty awful. So we had to get a new studio for the better. We're going to roll this thing out like a red carpet. And like I said, we bring the stats, context, and the facts. And you can't debate what's in the NBA history book. I mean, you could debate anything, but I was just saying. So, on the last video, we went through LeBron's third season. He made the playoffs. And what happened? He melted down like ice. Okay. When you look at his overall stats that he averaged, they look pretty good. But he didn't do too good. He took a 3-2 lead going back home and melted down in games 5 and 6. Okay, he lost games. He lost the game going home, which was game 6. He could have closed that out. He lost. Game 7, he had to go back to Detroit. He melted down in that game also and lost. So he melted down in game 6 and 7 when he could have closed them out, or it was an elimination game. You can go back and watch the video, and we based that on stats, his field goal percentage, his plus minus. That's what we base it on. We're not just going to base it on how many points he scored. We're going to base it on free throw percentage. And as you will see, 2006 was LeBron's first meltdown. Okay, we don't count losing as meltdowns, but we look at the numbers and we look at the stats. That's the only thing we can count as a meltdown. Okay, so let's get into this. But first, I will say that 3 years and we haven't seen any exceeding expectations by LeBron. We didn't see any living up to the hype. Minus 144 his rookie season. For the season, that's what his plus minus was a minus 144 for the season. He shot 41%, didn't make the All-Star game, got destroyed in the offseason when he went to the Olympics, and you say he couldn't play. Go look at his rookie stats. He was horrible. We don't know how he won Rookie of the Year, if he was a minus 144 for the season. And Carmelo Anthony was a plus. His second season, he did make the All-Star team, but guess what? He didn't make the playoffs, and he had a All-Star teammate and missed the playoffs because after the All-Star break, he melted down 19 of 30 games. So he lost his last 19 of 30 games after the All-Star break. So that's why he didn't make it. So we went into his third season, the regular season, and okay, he scored 20 or 31 points per game, but that was the year in the offseason they turned the league into a no-touch era. But I'll give him his credit for that. He was underwhelming on his total blocks, steals. But we give him credit for that. But we went to his playoff, and it wasn't looking that good. He put up all those great numbers in his third season to melt down in his first playoffs. So you can go check that video out. It's a pretty good video. And like I said, that's his first meltdown. Let don't confuse losing and meltdowns. Two different stories. Two different things. You can lose, but if you melt down, you melt it down. Okay? You're the leader. You're the greatest thing, the most hyped player. You was the most hyped player more than Magic Johnson, Jordan, Kareem, Wilt. So we're expecting you to show us that you're going to exceed all these expectations because that's what Shannon Sharp said. That's what Nick Wright said. That's what everybody says. But so far for 3 seasons, this guy hasn't exceeded the expectations. And what was the expectations? He was the biggest hype player coming into the league. More than Magic, more than all these players. Jordan, Wilt, Bird. And we saw what? If you take those guys' first 3 years and see what they did, you're telling me that LeBron had a better first 3 years than those guys? And it ain't got nothing to do with if you lost a game. Go back and look at Magic, Bird, Wilt, Kareem, maybe Russell. All these guys, you're trying to tell me LeBron had a better first 3 seasons than these guys who wasn't as hyped as LeBron. Because LeBron is supposed to be doing more his first 3 seasons. I don't care about him being 18. He called himself the king coming into the NBA, and they gave him these expectations. And to this day, they're saying that he exceeded expectations. I don't care about year 7 or year 8. I'm talking about when he came into the league. What expectations did he exceed? So let's get into this. Jordan's 3rd year in the playoffs. He was back facing 5 Hall of Famers, 3 top 75, and 2 Hall of Famers. Dennis Johnson was a star on his team. Bill Walton won a championship and was a star on his team. I don't care about he was a 6-man. 6 men are good players too. We know about Robert Parrish. We know about McHale. We know about Bird. This is who this guy was going up against again after he lit their butts up. He lit them up. He lit them up. Okay? 43. He averaged 43 points a game on Boston the year before in 86. Broke a playoff scoring record, or set one, 63 points. Okay, like I said in my video before, when you came into the league back then, you had to prove you was the king. You had to prove you had the most expectations and the hype and all this stuff. They wasn't having it back then. Okay? They didn't care who you were. Jordan had to come make his name. It wasn't because he could jump high. Nobody cares about that. Back then, it was more about fundamentals. All these players today could come in there with their skills and athleticism. They're going to run your ass around the court back in the 80s. They're going to make a fool out of you because they played as a team. Okay? Go look at Russell. 11 championships because these guys played as a team. Okay? And we'll see in the future, most of the guys that beat LeBron in the finals, like the Warriors, the Spurs, the Mavs, these weren't crazy athletic teams with all these skills. No, they played as a team to beat LeBron. Okay, offensively and defensively. That's what's gonna win you the championships. You can't be a one-dimensional team. So let's look at this. So game one, Jordan puts up 35 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks, 2 turnovers on 48% shooting from the field, 0 3-point percentage. He only attempted 1, 100% free throw percentage. Okay? Game 2, 42 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, no steals, 4 blocks, 4 turnovers, shot 48%. Okay, he was 66% from 3. Remember this number right here. Attempts. Anytime Jordan shoots more than one 3-point a game, well, attempts more than one 3-point shot, he shoots at least 38% for his career. Go back and look at it through the record books. He only attempted 1.7 for his career, but when he attempted 2 or more, he was 38% or better. And he shot 85% from the line. Game 3, when you're getting swept with no help, don't give me Orlando Woolridge. I looked him up. He doesn't have one single accolade to his name in the NBA. I was shocked. 30 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 2 turnovers, and he only shot 30%. We're going to get to that in a minute. That's not good. And he was 0 for 1 from the 3. So his percentage was 0. 85% from the line. Now, when we go back and we look at 30%, what else did he do? People who know Jordan know this. If his shot ain't going down, he's going to go get the rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. That's what he's going to do. He's not going to sit around and just be like a 3-point shooter. My shot won't go down. What am I going to do now? It sounds like the guy gets more pissed off. If his shot ain't going to go down, he's going to bring you hell. And that's what Jordan did. Okay? Yeah, he got beat 0-3 or 3-0, whichever way you want to spin it. But he didn't melt down. This is how Jordan made his name. He didn't make his name off of shoes. He didn't make his name off of championships. That's what you know him as, because this is the LeBron media. This is what these guys bring up. Championships. Ultimately, he had to have the championships to be the greatest of all time. Right? But first, he had to have the accolades. And the accolades come with stats. This year, he won the scoring championship in the dunk contest. But let me tell you what he did on the season. He had 236 steals, 125 blocks, and averaged 37 points a game. Let me tell you what he got for that. No MVP. Didn't even make a defensive team. Didn't make first team defensive. Didn't make second. No. How do you think you would feel if you did all that as a guard? Just coming into the league. You'd probably be pissed off. And like I said, these dummies try to tell us that the East or the NBA wasn't competitive back then. 236 steals total for the 87 season, 125 blocks, 37 points per game. What? And I think he on 48% shooting. What? Bro. Jordan would have won MVP every year with those numbers in this era. Trust me. But he didn't even sniff the MVP. You guys tell me what you think about this. Comment, share, like. We're going to move on to the next year. LeBron in year 4, Jordan in year 4. This is going to be good. This is gonna be good. This is when Pippen comes in. This is when LeBron goes to the finals. Woo, man, this is gonna be good. So stay with us. It's gonna be good. I'm trying to tell you.